Hey you guys, Mr. Ebersbach here again. Okay, so I'm going to do a brief video over the last section that I gave you guys prior to this whole fiasco happening. And I do mean brief because all it's really going to cover are area and perimeter of shapes. Now, if you have gone to middle school, and I'm sure all of you have, you probably have heard these terms in your math class during those years, whether it be 6th grade, 7th grade, or 8th grade. You should have at least heard the words area and perimeter at least once in your life. So here's a brief overview as to the difference between area and perimeter. Area is basically what happens when you take a two-dimensional shape such as a square, parallelogram, rectangle, or any classification of in between, and then you're calculating how much square units inside there are. So how much area inside the shape is there? That's pretty much what area is. It's basically how much space there is inside, not to be confused with volume. Volume is for three-dimensional shapes, but for two-dimensional, you'll be doing either area and perimeter. And area is basically how many square units are inside the given shape. Now to find the area, we have a number of formulas that you guys can follow depending on the shape, which we'll get to very briefly. Perimeter. Perimeter is not about filling up a space. It is more like calculating the distance around an object, such as, say you're in a race and you have a starting point and a finishing point. And what you have to do is calculate what is the distance you have to run from start to finish. So like in this shape here, let's say that this corner here is our starting point, and we gotta run all the way around back to start. We gotta add up each distance of each leg of the race, and then we are given our perimeter. It's kind of like also measuring how far is a jog around the block of your neighborhood, or if you want a more realistic example, Trump in talking about his giant wall he's building. How long is that wall going to be around the border? Or you could just basically say, what is the distance, say, to walk around a building, walk around your room? Again, perimeter is all about going around an object and counting what is the distance. Area, it has a different formula for each type of shape. Square has its own formula, which is area equals s square. Area of a rectangle is base times height, so base multiplied by height, where s square is s times s. Parallelogram, that is the same formula as rectangle, which is base times height. Just a little note though, the height of a parallelogram is the vertical perpendicular distance from the top to the bottom, not the slants. When you're measuring how tall someone is, do you measure them when they are slouching over or when they're standing up tall in perfect posture? The answer is when they're in perfect posture, when they're standing tall. So height is always going to be this measurement found right here, not the slants. Do not use the slants. Trapezoid has its own formula, base 1 plus base 2. That's the top base measurement added with the bottom base measurement. You add them together. Then what you do is you divide that sum by 2 and then multiply your remainder by the length of the height, again, found right here. And then you'll find your area. And again, these notes will help you out. This video will be brief because I want to show you guys how I practice the formula. So if you guys are wanting to practice and you want to memorize these formula, what you can do is you get some flashcards. I've got 2 sets right here. So there are 2 sets. One is for when you are quizzing yourself, you show yourself the formula, and then you have to guess what shape does that formula apply to area-wise. So for instance here, area equals 1/2 times base times height. I'm gonna say that's the area formula for a triangle. I flip it over if I can, and I was right. The other set here is basically you are given a shape and you have to say the area formula of a triangle or whatever shape you're given. For instance, the area formula for a rectangle or parallelogram, that's going to be area equals b times h, or base times height. And I'm right. So I highly recommend that you guys make yourself a couple sets of these flashcards and practice these at least 10 times a day, 5 for each set. Do this every day for at least 10 minutes and you'll be impressed by how far you guys can remember and apply these formulas. All these other worksheets that are in addition, they are the same topic. Use the area formula, use perimeter formula. Some are about different shapes. Others expand using topics you have already gone over, such as this sheet right in the very back, if I can get to it. You do need to find the perimeter of certain triangles, but you can use Pythagorean theorem to help you find the length of the diagonal. So, again, these worksheets will help you expand your knowledge over area and perimeter. But for now, if you want to know the basics, I highly recommend using the flashcards and remembering that perimeter is counting the distance around an object. Those are the basic things. I will be uploading some more additional videos to help you guys out. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to message me. And we'll keep you guys in the loop as to, for the second half of this break, will we be giving you new topics or will we be doing review over everything we have done? So I'll keep you guys posted. And again, don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions or concerns. Have a wonderful day. Miss you all. Bye now.